Sorry, I'm not sure what happened there. So yes, this is a part of the site that we will be dealing with, but at the moment we don't come near here because this is pretty much, as I say, we've been trying to sort out the site, but the kids are always reminded mainly to check the floor and then these pokey bits. But we have just kind of started in the last couple of weeks, and then I was off last week and we've been working with the rangers. So this is there's a big stone here, but it's for a reason, because sometimes there was a group we'd had last year. Oh, and look, a little creature. Could it be badger? It's a bit small. We have used this kind of seating area before for the more rustic stuff before we went to the bark that the curriculum leader ordered. That stone. We have had kind of swings coming off there. So there was like a stone required for height to get on, but obviously you need to check that. So yeah, most of this I've kind of cleared the pathway, as you can see, if you can see. Very, very overgrown. So there's a lot that's required. So yeah, I wouldn't normally check through all of this bit because we generally don't come this way, but today we will be, because it's just some evidence of loppage earlier. Not loppage, that must have been a saw, but I don't think that was us. It might have been, actually, to clear this path through. This is our old site as well that we used with the older boys, that I love personally. So sometimes this is where we did there's a video of the knife work and the video assessment guidance. This is where we did this bit. We'll quite often put a hammock up between these trees. So yeah, look, there's people and boundaries. As you can see, lots of people. We often put a hammock up between those. So this site is my preferred one because it's just wild, but the other one's kind of been developed in conjunction with the enhanced support base, which is part of like the special school provision, and just to have a bit more accessibility for the school. So I wouldn't normally check, but as you can see, we have done some kind of clearing of this to make it a bit safer. This is always very, very slippery. Sometimes you can come through that way if it's too slippy, but generally it's okay. This area was covered in balsam, and obviously there is lots of rocks. I've cleared all of that of balsam, anti-genius. And there's not much in the line of dead wood and stuff. I'll show you. Can I show you? So we've got the rangers of Davison Mains Park, which are the ones on the other side of the fence, and they do. They've recently been doing work. Our group did some bulbs planting with them last week, which I missed because my little boy had COVID. But you can see we've got the local rangers. That's a new cut that they did. This poor tree. It's good to know. Thank you, Fiona. So when we do some woodland management, obviously we will leave quite a lot of, there's plenty of dead wood around for creating habitats and stuff. There's like a whole bunch over there. This is, again, more evidence of them doing work, if you can see it. This is where the this is where I got attacked by wasps. Not the wasp set that I mentioned when we cancelled the session. because that was on the other side of the site. But yeah, there's drain access for water, I think it is. So previously that has been off, the cover has come off, and there's a big massive hole. So we have contacted the Jannies, Amy, to get a replacement in. This was obviously when we were using this bottom site. So a lot of this site has been unmanageable, inaccessible, due to just the level of nettles and stuff, which you can kind of see. I'll go through here. People like that area as a sit spot because it's got lots of little trees. So yeah, you can kind of see where I've tried to clear this. And balsam, grrr. The deer love it. But yeah, you can see if I've had to kind of create paths. So there's a lot of the site that we haven't actually accessed due to, I don't know, timetables and COVID and being unable to get there. So now we had to work on getting that bark up, which is the bane of my life at the moment, and then, because we don't need it, but anyway, and then yeah, now we can focus a bit on woodland management. So yeah, we're back to that grate that I showed you, and usually, yeah, there is a kind of a path here, but as I said, leaf litter. So this is one of the other access points to the site if we are coming to the bottom site, as it were. Oh, big metal pole. Sorry, just having a check. Right. Gosh. Anyway, and then this brings us out. So this has got access to the back gates, which you can actually get out to, and there's Queensferry Road just through there. But their boundaries are basically, we use nature, so as soon as you get to grass, turn around and come back. Stay in the wild where it's jaggy, and they do adhere to that. Little rabbits. A beautiful oak tree. Oh, this is where we cleared. Oh, I cleared some. I've got some nice little habitats going there with a lot of cleared brambles, because there's a lot of brambles, but it acts as a good barrier and a good boundary. And yeah, unfortunately this is when we get litter, but hoping to be able to use this crate for storage. But we're getting a new build on this, next to this building here. I'll just show you. Basically, well, that's where we came in at initially, and the litter. So yeah, obviously it's a bit distracting because I've got the camera today. Oh, there's the other leaves that I mentioned that they dumped. Yeah, it's a bit distracting today because I've got the camera, but I'll generally come out and have a wander around, and now you'll see what I mean about putting that bit of wood there. So you're like, oh yes, there's a creature living there, we won't go near there. Hang on. So yes, sorry for rambling. I'm not quite sure if that's enough. And yeah, I will just go and now fill this out. To be honest, I don't always obviously write stuff down. I will just remind them as we're coming in, right, this is the situation, this is the weather today, Like at the moment it's dry, even though it's cloudy, it's not due to rain, and it didn't rain overnight, so it's not too slippy. It's just more like trip hazards that we need to worry about, and poking in the eye stuff. So whenever we come here, before we while we're still in the grass, I'll probably be like, right, remember, watch where you're walking. But as I've said before, the kids are allowed here during the breaks and lunch, so it's not that you reduced responsibility at all, but they are that bit older. But obviously when they're with me, then I have to say, right, be careful. So yeah, that's us, and I will upload this. Thank you, bye.